Call the committee of the whole meeting to order. Let the record reflect it is Tuesday, August 17th, 2021 at 7:03 p.m. This meeting is being conducted pursuant to Governor Pritzker's Disaster Proclamation and Public Act 101-0640, which amends the requirements to the Open Meetings Act due to COVID-19 pandemic. Although remote attendance is an option for the board members, all are present, thus we do not need to confirm audio. All the materials for this meeting are available on the village's website, and we recommend the members and the public follow the agenda as posted. For items with public comment, after members have spoken, I will afford public comment as follows. Once I, the chair, have a list of all public commenters, I will call on each person present at the meeting and afford them 3 minutes for their comment. Further time, up to an additional 3 minutes, may be granted by motion of the village board. The public was also provided the opportunity to submit a request until noon today by email to clerksoffice@tinleypark.org or by placing their written request in the drop box at Village Hall to participate publicly via a live telephone call at the relevant portion of the public meeting. And the public was provided the opportunity to submit written comments until noon today by emailing their public comments to clerksoffice@tinleypark.org or by placing their written comment in the drop box at Village Hall. Written comments will not be read aloud, and finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted via a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Brennan.
Present.
Trustee Galante.
Here.
Trustee Mahoney.
Present.
Trustee Mueller.
Here.
Trustee Sullivan. Here. President Glotz.
Present.
Very good. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item number 2, consider approval of the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting held on August 3rd, 2021. Is there such a motion?
I'll make a motion for their approval.
Thank you, Trustee Mueller. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Here.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan. Yes.
I'm here and I vote yes.
Do you want to just clarify those votes?
Yes.
Diane, would you like to clarify your vote real quick?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Thank you. Motion carries. Item number 3, consider Class A liquor license for 80th Avenue Train Station, Harp Group. Anna?
I can take that one. Thank you, Trustee Brennan. Back in May, the board did approve an agreement with Harp Group to fill the space at our 80th Avenue train station. So this is a pretty straightforward liquor license request. A Class A liquor license is for beer, wine, liquor, all the above. So just a bit about the space and what the Harp Group is looking to do. They're looking to appeal to the day-to-day commuter, so that way you have some space in there throughout the day. You have the restaurant for local restaurant goers, and then it will also be supplemented by events and programming. So that's the gist of it. Dan Fitzgerald is here as well if there's any questions, but again, it's just straightforward Class A liquor license request.
Very good. Thank you, Hannah. Does anyone from the board have any questions or concerns?
Can I, Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
I just thank you to the board for considering this item. We do have Dan Fitzgerald with us today, who has done an outstanding job for the village of Tinley Park running the convention center, even during the COVID with Pat Carr and the Even Hotel. You guys did a great job on that. Thanks, Dan. Thank you. So thank you for considering this.
Very good.
And I'll just say that some of the programming that was at the train station, before the pandemic, I'm looking forward to getting started. And I know the liquor license certainly helped with a lot of that stuff. So I'm all for this.
Very good. Thank you, Trustee Miller. Thank you, Mayor Glotz. Does anyone else have any questions or concerns? I'll just add that, I think this is, a very good addition. And, they've always done a great job for us. So I appreciate all your guys' hard work and appreciate all the work by staff. So is there such a motion to move this item to the village board meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Mueller. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Sullivan. Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item 3. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item number 4, consider health and dental insurance renewal.
Thank you,
Take that, Dave.
Trustee Brennan. So, some good news on our annual health insurance renewal this year. We did get a 0% increase to the medical portion of our health insurance premiums. Dental, which is a smaller portion of the overall premium, did go up 8.9%, but we also are getting a $20,000 credit to offset that. And in addition, we have a 4.3% increase to the vision, which is paid for by employees. The other recommendation the staff is making is, as you may remember from the last MAP contract, there was an increase in the employee contribution. Currently, MAP is at 11%, and so we are recommending effective January 1st for all non-union members that also go to 11%. So I would ask the board for a recommendation to approve the 2021-22 health insurance renewal.
Very good. Thank you, Dave. Is there any questions, comments, concerns from the board? None? Very good. I'll just say that, pleasantly surprised and happy to see a favorable outcome from this. So I appreciate you guys getting this situated for staff, and appreciate all your hard work on this one as well. Anyone else have any questions? No? Is there such a motion to move it to the village board meeting?
Make the motion?
Thank you, Trustee Sullivan. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Galante. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Roll call for item number 4. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan. Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item number 5, consider purchase approval for Police Department simulcast radio system. John, you want to take that one?
Yes, sir, thank you. For those of you that were on the board pre-May 1st, you recall that we put a request in for purchase of equipment before the turnover of the fiscal year. That was phase 1 of this project. Phase 2 requests the remaining equipment purchase and the installation of said equipment for increase in system coverage of the police department radio system. This does allow for a redundant transmission system to be created and expands the ability of the current system. The request is for a purchase of $247,980, combination between on-site communications for equipment and labor and municipal services consulting.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, John. Any questions, concerns, comments from the board?
Looks good. Thanks, John.
Okay. Very good. Madam Clerk, do I have a motion to move this to the village board meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Trustee Brady. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Trustee Mueller. Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item number 5. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan. Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Item number 6, consider public safety building 911 center air handler condensing unit replacement. John?
Yes, sir, thank you again. This request is for the replacement, as you said, of the air handler and condensing unit at the public safety building. This covers the 911 center and other areas of that facility. We are looking to procure it through the job order contracting method, which piggybacks off of the city of Naperville and the state of Illinois. The system is 23 years old, and the condenser is approximately 12 years old. We are looking for the contract with the job order contracting for the amount of $256,797. It's approximately $7,000 under what we budgeted for.
Very good. Under budget's always good. Does anyone from the board have any questions for John, concerns, or comments? Nothing? No? Well, under budget's always good. John, what's the, curiosity, for these condensers, how long are they usually good for?
So this, typically we see around 10 years for them, so this one's got beyond its typical life for our commercial level ones. The other issue with this one is it also uses R22 refrigerant,
right.
which is no longer,
Switched, yeah.
so we're switching to the newer, gas that we use on there.
It's not produced anymore and it's expensive, right?
It is not, you are correct. It's
right.
Upwards of $55 to $60 a pound, which,
Yep.
We can get a whole container
Right.
for that price now.
Yep.
On the other, the newer stuff.
Cool. Very good. Well, I will make a motion to move this item to the village board meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, you please call the roll?
Roll call for item number 6, trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Very good. Motion carries. Thank you very much. After this, we're moving on to item number 7, consider a presentation for Tinley Park Tourism Marketing Action Plan. After Donna presents her plan, I'll go ahead and we'll get comments from all the board. I know this is a big ticket item, so we'll start usually down with you, trustee Brady, so after she's done. So thank you very much, Donna.
Thank you. So, we're very fortunate in Tinley Park. We have our fantastic location with proximity to a world-class city. We have the convenience of transportation between our 2 train stations and our 2 interchanges along I-80. Of course, the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, the Tinley Park Convention Center, our hotels, our breweries, our chain and independent restaurants, the golf course, so many great amenities. And our strategic plan recognizes all of our tourism assets and sets a goal to leverage, expand, and connect them. And we do that, we tie it all up together with our Tinley Park Life Amplified brand. So, as you know, the village collects a 7% hotel motel tax on occupied hotel rooms in town. 95% of 1% of that has been earmarked in the past for regional tourism promotion. This plan that we're putting forth today recommends a reinvestment of this money into a Tinley Park-specific marketing plan. Our vision is to create an independent destination marketing operation to maximize the travel and tourism economic impact on both our residents and our businesses in the village and, of course, the surrounding communities. We plan to market all of our hospitality businesses. There would be no membership required here. We would be very inclusive. The mission would be to create an awareness of an enviable Chicago area destination to visit for meetings and events, for concerts and entertainment, and to build out our Tinley Park brand. Our goals are multifaceted. We plan on in Tinley Park, we're good at bringing large groups into town. I would argue that we probably have the best emergency management and traffic control and public safety groups in the entire region. Our plan is to leverage the visitors that already come to this town and encourage them to extend their stay. We propose a fresh, more flexible, focused plan, updated digital methods, and efforts to reach both group and meeting planners with our large multi-day shows, which we know fill our hotels, and creating an awareness campaign that creates interest amongst leisure visitors and, of course, builds our brand. We plan to enlist the expertise of a tourism marketing organization to help us reach the key prospects and to enlist our shareholders with a more nimble approach that allows us to recognize times when we have lulls, for example, and then allows us to create a more, if we want to create our own draw, for example, we have the ability to do something like that. So how do we get there? We plan to create a tourism structure over the next few months to build our structure and start by creating a Tinley Park Tourism Alliance that would get together the owners and managers of our hotels, our convention center, our amphitheater, our key restaurants and high-profile attractions. We plan to ramp up our part-time staff. We have talent on staff that can do writing, and video and editing, social media, advertising and promotion, and potentially convention center support services. We, again, plan to engage a tourism marketing agency to provide some of the expertise that in digital and direct marketing tourism more updated tourism marketing tactics. We want to develop the visittinleypark.com site. Right now, we have a microsite that we would like to build out embellish it, I guess I should say, with inviting visuals and videos and meeting planner support. Want to produce a visitor's guide, the Tinley Park app, which actually is already in development, and update our tourism video. This spring, summer, we'd envision a brand awareness campaign that would be supported with media pitches, fam trips, and collaboration with social media influencers that support our brand. We plan to market the convention center in the key markets and the key targets that they go after. You know, the business and association travel is huge for them. We want to identify opportunities to collaborate and partner with other destination management organizations and tourism organizations and other attractions to co-op with in the greater Chicago market, and collaborate on opportunities to create regional draws. We plan, if we are successful, we'll create more hotel motel tax. The opportunity then presents itself to reinvest that into our tourism infrastructure. Down the line, we'd like to see interactive kiosks at our hotels. We'd like to see a trolley. We'd like to see concierge training for frontline staff, so everybody's telling us has the same line, the same information. How would we know we're successful? I've identified some of the key success metrics that we would utilize. So that's going to be our return on investment on our hotel rooms, which is an easy one. Restaurant and attraction traffic counts, advertising impressions, website and social media visitors, and downloads of the app. And then, again, by monitoring this, we have that flexibility to change and tweak as necessary. I'd like to take just one quick moment to introduce representatives from Point B Communications. I believe Rob Grulin is going to come up and just tell you a little bit about their tourism marketing agency. They have a great experience in this area.
Hi, thank you for allowing us to speak tonight. Kind of let me know 5 minutes is plenty, so I'll make this brief, and if you have questions, please say so. Point B Communications has been moving people for almost 50 years. We've been moving people to hotels, moving people to tourism destinations, moving people to restaurants, moving people to communities. For the longest time, the exclusive focus, and still the primary focus of our agency, is travel, tourism, and hospitality marketing. As you can imagine, when we started quite some time ago, it was a lot of newspaper and television and billboard. Today, over 80% of our media buying activity is purely digital, and we're extremely nimble and adept in managing digital campaigns. The markets that you're trying to attract are markets that we work with every single day, trying to get leisure visitors to come and stay one or more nights, trying to attract meeting planners and attendees beyond, of course, the big convention centers that we have here to hold corporate meetings or events, or to parlay events that they're currently having into an extra night of enjoyment. To bring business travelers who might have considered alternative surrounding neighborhood communities to instead change their plans to stay in Tinley Park because of all that it has to offer. We're excited about the opportunity. We were just beginning to learn, but we really like the Life Amplified brand, and we know that it was created, but it probably hasn't seen much presence beyond our community borders, and we think there's real opportunity there. There's about 40 of us in our agency, disciplined professionals that work in industries just like this every day. We worked for many, many different surrounding communities, some very large hospitality companies, and then small boutique companies as well. I could keep going, but I'll pause there, and if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Does anyone from the board have any questions?
No, everything he said was good, and everything Diana has picked up has been excellent as well.
Very good. Mr. Mayor, you have any questions? Well, Don, are you finished?
We can wrap up, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess, I guess we'll start down by
Okay.
trustee Brady.
I think it's a great program. I'm glad we're finally getting to it. It's something that I've looked at and thought about for the last few years on what we need to do to take care of ourselves. And different things that we found out, what's been going on, this double membership, that a restaurant has to have a membership, and then they get money from them, and then they get money from the hotel. It's like double dipping as far as I'm concerned, not representing the whole town. So I think this is it's just a great opportunity to literally put Tinley Park back on the map with everything that we have going. Just looking forward to it.
Great, thank you.
Very good. Trustee Mahoney?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think, I want to thank everybody for all the hours of work that they put in. It's a tremendous amount of work that you guys have put in here. And it shows. And I like that we're taking it into our own hands. I like that we're doing it in-house. And I'm really excited about it. For so many different reasons. We have a lot to offer in this town. I think we're going to be using our money and our resources more wisely than we were previously. So I want to thank everybody, staff, and everybody that was involved with this, because this is going to be a great thing, I think. Thank you.
I just want to say pretty much the same thing. I love the idea of going digital. I think the marketing team has always done a great job on its own, even with marketing all the events that we have, block parties, Oktoberfest. So I think partnering with a company that specializes in digital in tourism, I think it's a good partnership. And comparing the two, thank the Southland Convention Center for the services, that they've provided. But I think this is a good opportunity to take a chance on our own department. You said in-house. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm glad to see a lot of things, starting to, getting developed now. I would love to see the trolley. I think that's a great idea, shuttling people from, some of our, like our convention center into our downtown corridor. So I'm loving it. So good job.
Great.
Very good. Clerk Darian, would you like to add anything?
Well, I would concur with my predecessor's remarks, and, I believe we have a lot of in-house talent, and, I'm really excited to see the end result. Thank you.
Mayor Glatz, would you like to add anything?
Thank you, Bill. You guys, a lot of you guys have already hit most of the points. I do want to say in all fairness that, Jim Garrett and his team have done a wonderful job over the last, all those years that they've been helping us, but I think, Donna, what you and your team have done has just been spectacular. You guys have really been working hard on our marketing department since, I've been involved with the village, and it shows, We have more hotels coming, and, and we're also have a huge advantage that everyone else doesn't have. We have Dan Fitzgerald from the convention center that's been with us for a long time. I mean, the phone calls and the people that he draws on himself, by himself, no one can compete with what Dan does for our village. Always been a huge fan of Dan and yourself. And it is a great program, but the part I struggle with is that, we have another hotel coming online and possibly another 2 shortly, hopefully thereafter. I mean, we're paying roughly $300,000, in payments to a program, and we don't receive most of that money back and to help our own businesses. And so I think the fact that you came up with this idea, Donna, is brilliant, and I'm glad to be part of your team. And now it'd be nice to take all the businesses we have, and now you can dedicate that money to build the brand of Tinley Park. And so, the region is very important, but as we grow, they grow too. We're the convention center, so I 100% support with everything that you've done and what you put together with us and your team, you guys. I appreciate everything you guys did, so thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Pat, you want to add anything?
You said it all. You said it all.
Donna, I'll just say that I think this is a great plan. I think that Jim Garrett and his team have done a wonderful job. I think that's just the only thing that, that sets us apart, I think, is flexibility. I think this gives us much more flexibility as far as our marketing dollars go. I think we can really laser focus this stuff to what we want to bring in, what we want to draw on, what our businesses want. I mean, we were paying them quite a bit of money, so I think this is going to give us a lot of, like I said, flexibility to where we can kind of laser focus to where we want this money to go, and you know, grow the brand. I think, you know, most of everything, what I'm most excited about, I think, is the digital experience that we're gonna, you know, kind of build on. I think that's where, you know, my company says that 95% of the shoppers start online. So, you know, the digital experience is hugely important nowadays. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing how this program works. And, you know, I want to thank you and your team for doing a great job putting this together and kind of getting us set up for success here with this program. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I agree with a lot of the things that have said, and so I won't repeat a lot of them. But I think what I like the most about this plan is that it's not a replacement of what we have currently. This is a new and modern approach to a new marketplace, as Bill had mentioned, and it's a new modern way to attack this problem. And we're putting Tinley Park dollars back into Tinley Park advertisements, and I think that's going to be awesome. It's going to give us the flexibility to be nimble and react to market conditions very quickly. We saw how quickly something like a pandemic can crop up, and we can really quickly change, you know, how we're spending those monies, what we're spending them on, and getting the right people to Tinley Park as quickly as possible. So I love that. I love that we're going to be reaching out to Point B for their expertise as well. Doing a lot of this stuff in-house is great, but, you know, there are experts in this industry, so I'm very, very glad that we're partnering with them to make sure that we're on track with all our initiatives. So thank you very much, Donna, and looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Trustee Galante?
Thank you. I guess my only concern with all of this is I'd like to see more dollars of what you're saying and how much is this going to cost us. From the presentation from the Southland group, they did show a significant amount of information on everything what it costs us. It does sound like a lot of money that we're going to be able to use, but from everything I looked at, the cost of everything they do is a lot, and it was being shared with a lot of municipalities. So it was spread. They did have apps. I don't think we probably worked with them as much as we could within the village because they had great apps. They came up with one during COVID that allowed all the restaurants to be on it for people to be able to ride their bikes and see what's on each location. It's really neat. I wish we would have pushed that out a little bit more. I guess I would like to understand what is the digital marketing you're going to focus on? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, because unless you're not going to be, unless it's something we're
Can
going
you
to be
come to
doing
the mic,
in-house.
too?
Certainly, we have a process that includes an initial discovery process, so any concrete recommendations would come after that. So we implement a variety of tools, including programmatic media buying, paid media on social media, paid advertising on social media channels, and some hospitality and travel specific digital channels that exist. So, you know, our plans will run, you'll probably see a 20, 30 plus deep plan outlining exactly who our target audience is we're attempting to reach, the strategies that we're using to reach them, a very detailed calendar of spend per month, per segment, per vehicle. Once we're up and running, Donna and whoever else is necessary will have access to a real-time dashboard where you'll be able to see results from your digital advertising as they occurred. Every time somebody clicks on an ad and visits the website, you'll be able to monitor and watch that click. If we have back-end access to the website as well, we'll actually be able to determine what those people do when they go to the site, what pages of the site they visit. So that's important so you'll be able to see results. But more importantly, we use those tools to optimize our accounts on a weekly basis. Those things that are working, we amplify. Those things that are not working as well, we diminish. So over time, without fail, you'll always see a continuous improvement to your campaigns. And we will show, we'll generate reports month over month how much, We'll use the KPI, the key performance indexes that we know to use. Click-through rates on advertising, visitations to the website, time on website, length of stay on the site. We'll define conversions that we say, okay, this is a successful conversion of our advertising campaign because they made an inquiry on the website. Ultimately, of course, revenue is the best measure. But there's ways to measure that as well. We use tools like there's a tool called Sojourn, which can identify people the moment that they're intending to travel by looking, if somebody's looking for a hotel in a neighboring community, we can identify that they're looking for that hotel and serve them advertising within seconds to try to bring them to our community instead. And then we can watch what their activity was like as well. So
And how far will your reach be?
it really depends on how the dollars are spent. So this is everybody wants to attack Chicago, with good reason, right? There's a lot of audience there. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit. The truth is, the city is challenged right now, right, with safety concerns and certainly with the population that's a little bit afraid of contracting a virus. So I think there's unusual opportunity to get people out from the city that hasn't existed in the past. But Chicago is a top 5 DMA. It's a major metropolitan area. To hit that market in a real way takes millions of dollars. So the one thing we won't do is try to address kind of egos by advertising in a place we don't think we can make an impact. So instead we'll cherry pick. We'll be able to meeting planners, we know how to identify wherever they are, including Chicago and the Midwestern area. People with travel intent, they've identified intent by visiting particular websites. We can target them specifically. And then probably people, we'll look to the hotels and hopefully be able to get information from them that tells us where their feeder markets are for leisure travel, and we'll be able to target those communities as well. So we don't usually act just in a broad radius. We look for the communities where there's real opportunity for us, and then we focus on them. Our typical year 2 plans expand, so we start in a focused way and then expand and expand. So as hotel tax increases, we'd hope to expand our footprint, and we'd move, there's no question we'd move north and east. That's probably where most of the business is coming from now, for you guys, north and east. So early ideas, certainly we'll provide more informed recommendations if we're fortunate to get started. I hope that helps.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you so much.
Actually,
Bill, if I could come
still
back
have some
to-
question. Sounds great. I guess I'd like to understand the cost with all of this, with digital. I know myself how expensive it can be. So I guess I want to make sure, at this point, we've already made a decision to leave what we were doing. This sounds great, but I really need to understand the cost. When we talk about adding employees, there's a pension cost. This sounds great, sounds expensive, but understanding what that cost is. I am concerned about the national reach that we were doing before, bringing people here for a week. I'd like them to stay in our hotels for a week, so they're in our restaurants and they're buying our gas, and I don't want to lose that reach. That's nation and regional, what we were getting before. That is a concern of mine. And I only just getting this today. I don't believe there's cost involved in here.
There was, actually. I know you had some challenges getting the documents to there, but there actually was a breakdown, a third
Of all the spending?
appendix.
Okay.
That basically more or less outlined, that we intend to retain the incentives that the CVB has been giving to our convention center. We're ramping up part-time staff, so there's not quite the full cost, I should say, of all the IMRF. They're already participating in that. But long story short, we're going to stay to that 95% of 1% is our goal. We aren't going to go much outside of that unless I bring something to you as a board and say, we really think it's worth investing over and above in this. So our intention is to stay. It's just a reinvestment, a redirection of those
There
dollars.
wouldn't be no cost additions.
It would be net neutral.
Okay. And the only other thing I do I don't want to lose is that when people come to this area, Tinley, even though as amazing as we are, may want to go out into other areas and and I hope we don't lose that either. With the Southland, they covered the Southland, so they covered other areas and other things you could do. There are gonna be more convention centers popping up, I'm sure. There's gonna be other competition for us.
No doubt.
And I don't know, I know I saw an email pop up from somebody today. I didn't get a chance to read it, so I don't know if, hopefully everybody's on board in all the hotels with this too.
Yeah,
But-
and the truth is, when somebody comes to Tinley Park, they don't see the border on the street and know that they're in Tinley Park, or they're in Orland Park, or they're in Mokina. So this general vicinity is, we have quite a bit to offer, but if somebody wants to go, for example, to Accelerated Speedway as a form of entertainment, they'll be in the mix,
Okay.
I mean, those type of things we want to bring people to the area. We stand to gain because, of course, we have the hotels here, and the hotel motel tax is the funding mechanism, but it will still be a benefit to all of our hospitality businesses, and that's the intention. That really wasn't a cohesive thing in the past, and now it will be. All of Tinley Park, all of our hospitality businesses stand to benefit from this. And the interaction between all of them will be huge, because, right now, that there's, a couple different silos going on, or people don't necessarily know when something's coming, and, they could maybe change their hotel rate, or they could be providing specials. They could package, hotel stays and dinners and some kind of entertainment component to it. But that lack of communication between all of them really is not very strong right now, and that's what something like this allows us to do.
And that'll be something done within
Yeah.
in our village.
Sure, some
somebody
kind of
right
interactive
here.
communication so that they're able to be in touch with each other.
And I'll just add, though, I think that's even, with that being said, if there is competition amongst other convention centers or wherever it may be amongst towns, I think that's another reason, more reason to control our own destiny and, make sure that we're spending our funds in Tinley Park. And, I think with marketing dollars and digital stuff, I mean, you can spend as much as you want on it, as long as you put a set amount, you put a cap on it, and you budget it. That's what the nice thing about being flexible. If certain channels aren't working, like, they mentioned, you could stop spending money on that channel and increase over here on these keywords that are working, or this hit-through, click-through rates that are, why spend money on stuff that's not being clicked on?
Exactly.
So I think
And overall,
that's
digital is much less expensive to deliver
right.
than
And the
old
analytics
days of,
behind
like,
it is incredible.
print and-
So you can really dial it in. So I'm really excited about it. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. You bet.
If I could add back onto it, everybody talks about cost, and the mayor talked about the cost, we all did, and concerned about it. I just did some fast figuring last week after I got through with the presentation that they had, and they had some very good points. But the only part that I really was concerned about, what Trustee Brennan just said, is about having it locally. We give them $325,000 roughly, okay? Dollars back, okay, from our $325,000 investment, which turns out to be $5,000 a hotel. We have 10 hotels. And that's not even talking about the music center or the convention center, okay? And then to find out that they charge various restaurants to their own membership, okay? Otherwise, they're not mentioning a restaurant that does not have their membership into it. So this could only be a win-win situation, that $325,000 stays here in Tinley. And that's just 1 year.
Yeah, the key is reinvestment.
Right, reinvestment into our
Continue to
town.
reinvest.
Very good.
So from here, as far as the next step, if you are in concurrence with accepting this marketing plan and you approve it tonight, then I would like to come back to you in the next meeting or two with a plan to kick off that first step and engage Point B into an engagement agreement to do the discovery, which would keep people from all of our hospitality industry, almost kind of a SWOT analysis, kind of refocus ourselves on the recreation, I should say, of our tourism branding assets as a first step.
Very good.
Any other questions?
I think
Okay, thank you very much.
I labored that one. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, absolutely. Do we have a motion to move this to the village board meeting tonight?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Trustee Brady. Do I have a second?
Oh, second?
Thank you, Trustee Sullivan. Madam Clerk, do you please call the roll?
Roll call for item number 7, Tinley Park Tourism Marketing Action Plan. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Very good. That motion will carry. Item number 8, receive comments from the public. Any comments from the public tonight? You can come up to the mic if you'd like.
Good evening. Mr. Mayor, before I begin, I believe that my comments will exceed the allotted 3 minutes normally, and if possible, I'd like to request a time extension before I commence.
Well, if you like, this is the committee of the whole, the board meeting's next.
This is public comments.
Yeah, this is public comments for the committee of the whole. You could either do it now, or as soon as public comment's over, we're gonna start the board meeting where the police chief and everyone else will be in here, so it's.
Whatever your preference would be. Want we do it later?
If you're okay with it, it'd probably be better for the, board meeting when the police chief is here.
Excellent, then I will delay. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you,
No
sir.
problem. Madam Deputy Clerk, was there any other comments received? Very good. Just checking. Excellent. Well, I would ask for a motion to adjourn this committee of the whole meeting. Do I-
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you,
I'll
trustee
second.
Mueller. Thank you, trustee Brady. Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Motion to adjourn, trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.